The music industry took a hit starting with Young Thug, P. Diddy, and now we got LiL Durk. Also, Quando Rondo and BRICC Baby. How's all these players tied together? Since the death of King Von on the internet, allegedly, these key players all have been connected one way or another. Let's get to the content, see what's going on, and see how we could put this together. We are not playing detectives. Again, all this is alleged, but it's very interesting, and I'm gonna get to something bigger than what everybody may think. Let's get to the content.
Our group chat got lit up the other day because Trap Lord Ross has a little bit of a theory about my man BriccBaby. He basically put out a clip where
let me get my blunt.
He inferred heavily that BriccBaby is suspected of or was potentially involved with in some way the murder of Lil Pab, who was basically Quando Rondo's homeboy that got killed in the car in Hollywood.
Quando Rondo and his crew, Lil Puff, stopped at a gas station on Santa Monica Boulevard, and that will be their last ride. So what Adam 22 is talking about is the incident I'm about to show you guys right now. Let's get back to the content.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say shot at a Savannah rapper, killing a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath. Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back.
Can I get some space, please?
It ended at Santa Monica Boulevard. Deputies found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. One man inside, a member of Rondo's entourage, had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital where he died. A scene left with remnants of the fight, shoes left in the street, doors flung open. The suspects still on the run. We still don't know what spurred it all, but LAPD says it started at a gas pump.
Victim vehicle, they pulled up, they were pumping gas, and it looks like they probably finished pumping gas, and the suspects approached from the alley, got out of the car, and started shooting at those victims.
Investigators are still trying to piece together details, but they're looking for a white 4-door sedan with suspects wearing dark clothing.
Police helicopters overhead, so we knew something was up.
People in the neighborhood shocked by the news.
So how did we get here? Everybody want to know, why did this happen? What caused this to happen? Well, there was a rapper by the name of King Von, and I'm about to show y'all a clip that ties all this together.
A 22-year-old man named Timothy Leaks is reportedly facing felony murder charges in connection with the death of King Von. Police say the rapper was shot after an argument broke out between 2 groups of men in the parking lot of a lounge in Atlanta, and the argument escalated into gunfire between the groups. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says 2 off-duty Atlanta police officers were working a second security job nearby and responded to the shooting along with 1 APD officer who was on duty. 1 on-duty and 1 off-duty officer fired their weapons. In all, 6 men were shot during the altercation. The APD says they're aware of rumors speculating Von was killed by police and say investigators believe Von was killed before officers even arrived to that scene. Atlanta police and the GBI are still investigating. Von, whose real name was Davon Bennett, was killed along with 1 other man, 34-year-old Mark Blakely, who was also from Chicago. Von grew up with rapper LiL Durk in Chicago and was signed to his label. Von had just released his debut album, Welcome to O-Block, in October. King Von was 26 years old.
So King Von wasn't just LiL Durk's friend, it was his business partner. He was signed to his label. And just like anything else, when you play with the money, we definitely got to get some get back. King Von was one of the biggest things coming out of Chicago at the time, and he was definitely on his rise to be one of the biggest artists out Chicago. LiL Durk took a loss. He lost money. So what do you think gonna happen? Time for get back. Let me show y'all another clip.
Chicago rapper LiL Durk is in police custody this morning.
And he was allegedly involved in a murder for hire plot. Roseanne is in studio with the very latest here. Roseanne?
Good morning. Well, we know him as LiL Durk, but his full name is Dirk Banks, and he was taken into custody in Broward County, Florida last night. Durk is charged with murder for hire in the killing of another rapper's cousin. 5 other Chicago men were also hit with federal charges involving the same murder for hire plot. The group was allegedly hired to kill the cousin of rapper Quando Rondo back in 2022 in Los Angeles. That plot was allegedly ordered as revenge for the killing of rapper King Von back in 2020. This is not Durk's first run-in with the law either. He faced 5 felony charges stemming from his alleged connection to a shooting back in 2019. He is now being held without bond. Natalie.
Oh man, this is getting deep, y'all. Lil Durk might be done. This might be the last that we see of Lil Durk. I seen this right here on Say Cheese TV. Lil Durk snitch was an OTF member. He was exposed for wearing a wire. OTF Jam allegedly wore a wire for multiple years. He previously served a 12-year sentence. Now, if this dude right here was wearing a wire, right? He was wearing a wire for multiple years. That means that they've been had evidence. It's a lot of people telling right now. It's a lot of people telling. And I wonder, is briccbaby one of them? We all know that briccbaby got caught with a firearm a couple of years ago, and it was surfacing through the internet. It was surfing through the internet. And I even made a post on it. And I was like, man, people putting jackets on people. But in this case right here, we all know that briccbaby is tied in with Quando Rondo. Quando Rondo is also a member of the Rolling 60s, just like briccbaby. Well, anyway, briccbaby never got charged for his weapon. He never, the case just vanished. Everybody was talking about it. It's all on the internet. You guys go pull it up. And now this happens. Lil Durk get cracked. Well, I think it's deeper than that. All that is alleged, right? It gets deeper than that. We all know that Lil Durk just did a concert. And when Lil Durk did a concert, what did he do at that concert? He promoted peace. He brung everybody that got murdered and he put them all on the big projector and he showed everybody like we need to all get along. He also had his rival there, FYBJ Maine. I believe that's his name. I might be saying it wrong. Everybody putting these letters in front of their name, but y'all know who I'm talking about, J Maine. And J Maine been pushing peace on YouTube. He been pushing peace real heavy, real hard. And him and Lil Durk clicked up. So this is what I think, man. Just like Martin Luther King and everybody else that pushed peace and try to get blacks together, what happened? Somehow, some way, they take him down. They get him out the way. Now, they've been watching this dude for some years. One of his boys been wearing a wire for a long time. He been exposed for wearing a wire. So 9 times out of 10, when you're around the homies, what the homies do? They get high, they drink, they smoke, and they start talking. And if this dude, Lil Durk, paid to have anything done, you can best believe they got him. They got him. They just waited for the perfect time. They already knew. Half the time they be already knowing what's going on. They just wait for the perfect time to get you. The same way they took down P. Diddy, waited for the perfect time to get him. Young Thug waited for the perfect time to get him. They make an example in the music industry, y'all. And especially with these black dudes that's getting successful and they getting up there in the game. Lil Durk, when he pulled that move with trying to bring peace, this is what I think, man. It only makes sense to me. Yeah, somebody's life was took, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to take that out the fact that somebody's life was took. And when somebody's life is took, they coming for you because it ain't no statute of limitations on a murder. It never goes away. And this dude right here, we don't know if his homeboy got caught for something. They said he was previously serving 12 years. He's trying to get out that 12-year sentence. He goes up in that program office. He get talking to them warden, man. Listen, man, I can't do this no more. I can't do this time. I know something. I want to talk about it. And that goes for a lot of y'all homeboys that's locked up. A lot of y'all homies got life sentence. They trying to get up out of there. They got phones up in their tablets. They seeing what's going on the streets. They might know some murder. They might know who's selling drugs because they still connected with the streets through Instagram, Facebook, and all these other websites. They calling in. Homies thinking that they still solid. They telling them everything. And what these dudes do. They right up in there. They probably got the feds pulling them in the office while they talking to their homeboys from prison on the phone, letting them hear everything they need to talk about because they trying to get up out that jail cell, especially at a time like this when nothing is happening to the people that's telling. Nothing is happening to the people that's telling. Telling has became popular. It became a fad. excuse me, nobody is getting their head bust for telling no more. So a person in jail that's sitting up in there, man, they telling. They said Big Meech was telling. We don't know if that's true or not. We ain't seen no paperwork. They said that's how he got out early. So we don't know what these people up in there doing, man, that's trying to get out of jail. But in the case of LiL Durk, this might be the end. If you had anything to do with this, it's all alleged. Nobody knows. Nobody's seen no paperwork. But everything I put on this video is all on the internet. I did my research on it, pulled it up, and from the looks of it, look like old Get Back. From the regular eye, from the regular people looking at it, might look like, oh, he did it for revenge. But when I look at it as, hey man, you pulled that peace move. They don't want it. They trying to take over Chicago. They trying to get y'all up out of there. And you, by having a big name, how you got a big name, a lot of influence, you might could be one of the ones that could make it happen. They picked the perfect time and the right time to take you down. Count the Rick Rock TV. Catch y'all on the next one.